Can you hear me now? Microphone check.
Check, microphone.
There we go.
Check.
Okay. I do not want the crotch mic.
Man down.
Let's put it in my pants to see what happens. How's that?
Shelby, the mic's on.
It's good. How's it sound?
You're good.
Sound good?
Do I sound good? How do I look?
Yeah, that's not good.
Do I sound as good as I look?
Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, promotional products and design. They cover your brand bumper to bumper with graphic design, promo products, and print. See what Dire Oil Graphics can build for you at direoil.com. That's DYEROIL.com.
Okay, welcome to Beers with Nigel. It's a podcast about beer.
It's a podcast?
Yeah, let's start it over. Edit. Wiki. Take two.
Wiki?
Yeah, wiki. Welcome to Beers with Nigel. It's a podcast about beer and
other things.
And other stuff.
Things.
So depending on where you are, that's what we do.
Which version of our brand?
You got to be versatile.
Right.
in your branding. We are on location tonight. We are at the I don't want to say infamous, but Long Bell Pizza.
Let's call it infamous.
The infamous Long Bell Pizza.
It's kind of infamous.
And welcome to the show, Jason Eggers. What's up, bro?
What's up? How are you?
You know, living the dream out here in the mean streets of Lee Summit.
West Side.
West Side.
Welcome out to the west side of Lee Summit. If you go any further west, you will end up in Kansas City. So
that is true. That is close to Kansas City.
yeah, I think if you cross the street, honestly, I think it's
That might actually be your...
yeah, because I think college is in Kansas City. So
Yeah.
Right.
So tell people who the hell is who is Jason Eggers? Who is Long Bell Pizza?
Well, I'll tell you. So we've been around for, we hit 6 years this year.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yep. So we've been over here rocking it, doing our thing. It just continues to get better and better, and we're enjoying it and loving it. So we specialize in craft beer. I've got 17 taps right now. 15 of those are local, regional. I wouldn't even want to say regional because I want to say that it's Kansas City, but
Yeah.
you know, some are Lenexa, some are
Yeah,
Blue
that's
Springs,
the
stuff
city.
like that.
Yeah, that's
But
not
still
regional.
Kansas City.
Well, and as we have learned doing this show, local means a 4-hour drive.
Okay.
According to the
okay.
if you
According to the government.
It's according to the government.
To the
yes.
government.
Yes.
The man.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, fuck the man. No, so we try to stick with Kansas City, support local as much as we can. We have this thing called KC Style, which sometimes represents our pizza, but mainly represents our ideals and our beliefs. And KC Style is, we want to take everybody in KC and bring them up with us. As much support as we can for everybody else. We do a lot of collabs. We do ingredient collabs. We do beer collabs. All kinds of stuff. And we make kick-ass, craft, awesome pizza.
Let's talk about the pizzas, man.
All right.
We're going to need an extra hour.
I mean, you're not just coming up with some pepperoni sausage.
No.
Give people an example of what's
There are times where
the
like
spectrum.
I kind of step back and look at what we're like creating as a special for the weekend, and I'm like, man, I don't even know if we can call this pizza anymore. Like, just because it's on a crust, I guess you can, but
Yes. The answer there is yes.
yeah. But I mean, we've done meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Right now, it's a smoked mac and cheese, bacon, flaming hot Cheeto.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I saw the
9-year-old daughter
video
came up
for
with
that one with your kid,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, she's like, I got an idea for your pizza, Dad. I was like, what do you want to do? She's like, well, your mac and cheese pizza sold good. I was like, yeah. She's like, same with the one with flaming hot Cheetos. I was like, yeah. She's like, so what if you put them together? I was like, well, that's what I'll do. And yes, it did sell really good. It was a great idea. It's absolutely, completely delicious.
Well, congratulations on making sure that you're pushing the next generation of entrepreneurs.
Well, absolutely.
You're just
Doing our
setting
best.
her up.
Doing our best on that. But yeah, man, the pizzas are way out of the box. Even stuff on the menu. One of our best sellers that people are always scared to try at first is like the Monte Cristo. So it's like it's our garlic cream sauce, mozzarella cheese, Canadian ham, goat cheese, and then it gets fried chicken and strawberry jam and powdered sugar.
And by the way, Nigel, if you haven't had it, you need to have it.
I have not had that.
Oh, dude, it is amazing.
That sounds nutty as hell.
People sit at the bar and be like, oh, man, I don't know if I should order. I'm like, probably 15 times now I've been like, here's the deal. You order it, and if you don't like it, I'll buy it for you.
Yeah.
I have not had to buy one yet, put it that
Really?
way. It is one of my best sellers. It's one of the craziest ones we do. And then we got, your barbecue pizza. We use a lot of burnt finger barbecue. And then the armadillo egg is another one of the crazy ones, inspired by the smoked armadillo egg.
Yeah.
Also a really good seller. I mean, those are on the menu. You should see what we do on the weekend. I mean, it gets wild, it gets nuts.
Now, I have no more concept of time because COVID ruined that, but
Yes.
the birria pizza
Yep.
was phenomenal.
So the birria pizza is absolutely wild. Not on the menu. A couple weeks ago, I did a birria dip. It's like a French dip, but it's a birria. So I went over to the Mexican market over here and bought the bread fresh. They bake it every morning. I was buying the bread from them, some quesadilla cheese, and the birria beef, and you dip it in the consomme and all that. And that one's actually going to go on the menu shortly.
Oh, nice.
But I made a lot of good sandwiches in my life. It's probably one of the best ones I've ever made, that's for sure.
Let's back up a little bit because obviously you're a food guy, but you're also a beer guy.
Yeah.
We ask this question on every podcast. Think back to when that time you discovered something. You're like, oh man, this is different from what I was drinking. What were you drinking before?
Right.
And what was the thing that kind of caught your attention?
Man, we were always drinking Corona. Honestly,
Fair.
so I'm from California, from Sacramento.
Sacktown, baby, Sacktown.
Yeah, so we were always after
That's what they call it.
right, Sacktown, Bay Area and back down. Corona was kind of like our go-to, and it was like we had these wild party nights, doing unspeakable things, and that was like in the morning. It's like, it's like 10 a.m. Let's start drinking Coronas so we can go to sleep. So we always kind of sipped Coronas, and God, I'm trying to remember the brewery.
But you weren't drinking the worst beer because it was way
No.
more.
No,
You were throwing
drink
down
Miller
Natty
Lite.
or
I
Keystone
was a
Light.
Corona guy too. So.
We drink Miller Lite every now and then, stuff like that.
But Corona was nice and it was
Right.
get a good price.
Right.
Different than the
Right,
than
exactly.
the American beers,
God, man, I got on this beer. I was over at one of my buddy's houses, and he hands it to me. God, it's like Eye of the Hawk or something like that. It's a California brewery, and the beer was like probably the first like IPA I'd ever had. It was like, let's get down on it. He's like, here, try this. I remember like sipping it, and being like, that's big. That's no Corona. First of all,
Good observation.
I got about halfway through it, and I was like, damn, like I'm already buzzed, and I'm halfway through one beer. This is good. And then I just kept drinking. I'm like, man, this tastes great. Like, it's so good. So that's kind of the beer. God, it's Eye of the Hawk. I'm going to have to look it up.
But you were in Cali then?
Yeah. It looked like, it almost, like, it reminds me of a Free State logo, honestly.
Everybody
I
remembers their
can't-
first craft beer.
I mean, look, it's
Well,
it's
before,
the-
no, I'm sorry. It wasn't craft. It was premium.
Mendocino Brewing.
Mendocino?
Mendocino Brewing.
Where's that?
Eye of the Hawk. So they're at, it's a California thing.
Okay.
So-
Eye of the Hawk.
It's a red
To our
ale.
California
That's not
listeners,
even, it's
all
not,
of them.
It was a red
Send
ale.
us some.
for the guys at War Cloud.
Imperial.
Yes.
Imperial Red Ale. It wasn't even an IPA.
Oh, okay.
It's just what I got jumped into. I was like, hey,
you
try this.
got jumped into a red ale.
He went. Wait. Let's just think about that for a second. You go from Corona to
to
a
an
big
Imperial red ale.
Imperial Red.
Yep, big old 8% red.
I mean,
And we kind of turned on it from there. I remember, like, guys, probably my 22nd, 23rd birthday. Went up to my in-laws' house, lived up in the mountains, had a bunch of property. We just had this giant bonfire. And I got a keg of double IPA from Sacramento Brewing Company. I can't remember what it was called. Thinking like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna come up here. We're gonna party. We're gonna get down. It's gonna be so fun. I got this keg. It's a double IPA. And
9%.
yeah, it was like 9%. And I remember we were all kicking it around the fire, and like everybody's like, "Dude, we all got to drive all the way back down this mountain." And
Appreciate the keg, but what the fuck?
I had a lot of that keg left. That keg, God, that thing kicked around for a while.
So, I remember the first time I met you. It's again the whole beer food thing. So I met Jason at a festival in the Lost Township. It was Crane was doing that beer festival, but they
that's
had
right. Yep.
and that's the first. It was you and Aaron.
Yep. We're in
And-
the VIP tent.
Yeah. So what they did was, if you're smart, don't pay to go to a beer festival. Volunteer and get in for free.
Right.
That's my advice.
Yeah, exactly.
And as
All of a sudden, the next beer festival has 300 volunteers.
What are your special skills?
Right, exactly. So I go volunteer. They're like, we're going to put you with Avery. Because it was Avery, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did Avery.
And so they had this VIP tent. So I was pouring for Avery in this VIP tent. So what they did, each brewery was partnered with a chef. And they did a creation with with that whatever beers they had on hand. Do you remember what you guys did? Because I just remember it being just so
that
ridiculous.
Imperial. It had mint in it. It wasn't a stout either. It was real weird. It was a weird beer. It's one of those weird Avery beers. It was really good.
Do you remember the dishes you guys did? Because that's what I remember. Because I remember you.
Yeah, we did some Thai stuff. I did some Thai stuff with it.
Yeah,
because it went well with the mint.
Between you,
We did
you
like
guys,
pad thai, didn't we?
Yeah, you sure did. You did do pad thai. Between you guys,
So a
and,
beer festival, and I'm going to walk in,
the VIP was chefs,
and I'm going to get great beer, and then a chef partnered with each beer.
And they haven't done that since.
It was that one right there.
Yeah, the last time they did a VIP was some bullshit.
Yeah.
So is your actual background food?
Yes. Yes, I went to culinary school when I was like 20 years old. So I've been in that side of the industry since then, basically, for a long time. Did a lot of stuff in California. Moved out here about 11 years ago at this point. When I first moved out here, I don't know, you remember Blanc Burgers and Bottles?
Yep.
So I got hired on with them. Became pretty good friends with Josh Ians. Hey, it was funny because I was supposed to start with them as like a catering director because that was kind of my background at the moment. And then the night that I did the first catering with them, their executive chef of the Leawood location walked out. Like he was supposed to go do the catering, and he was like, fuck this shit, and just left. So I went and did this catering with Josh, and then Josh is like, we're driving back, and he goes, do you have executive chef experience? And I was like, yeah. He goes, okay.
What's the difference between a chef and an executive chef?
Well, you're just in charge. You're just,
you're just in charge.
You got 3 stripes on your sleeve.
More burns on your arms.
Yeah, pretty much.
The ability to yell at people, I believe, is what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess a chef is the trade. Executive chef could be the position. You know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I ended up taking over that, and then there was some weird stuff within that company, and Josh ended up leaving, and I ended up kind of taking over Josh's position, so I was kind of corporate chef for the company, overseeing all the restaurants, and then went from there to the Jacobson for a very short time, and then I opened a Westport Ale House. I was their opening chef and rolled out their menu for a while, and then from there we opened here. So
I want a little moment of silence because I love Blanc Burger.
Okay.
and
That
it
was so good.
it was solid. It was solid.
And it was one of the first places where you could get, good chefy food and craft beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Chefy food.
He knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. Josh is, Josh, he's a big beer guy, big on his pairings, and a big food guy. I mean, quality-wise, I haven't worked with anybody else that just demands so much quality out of his food.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. It's awesome. Everything's made from scratch, and I mean, I learned a lot from him, and a lot of the way I do stuff here. I learned from Josh as well.
You know what time it is, though.
Okay.
Is it mystery beer time?
It's mystery beer time.
Mystery beer.
Now, as Nigel opens the bag,
Well, I'm gonna let you just pick one.
Just put my hand in there.
now you can look at the style and the name and tell us about it, but don't look at the ABV.
Or try
'cause
not
we
to.
play a little game.
Well, that one you can't really do
That one-
anything.
This one.
A true mystery
Is this
beer.
Mac? Is this Mac Brewing?
No, it's not.
Is this the unlabeled Mac
No,
Brewing?
it is not.
It says
That should come with a warning.
Does it say something?
It says 10%. No, I don't know.
Written in
Well,
the
now
comments.
I
we
just wrote it
get
on
to
there.
guess the style, so you get to open
Now we
and
get to
pour.
guess everything. All right, I got to put the mic down. Hold on. 2 hands.
He needs 2 hands to pour. You're doing a good job. Look at that. See that? See, he's got the pinky out. That's some good style right there.
Okay.
Are you really trying to get some sound off of that?
I was trying.
Here, I'll pour a little harder.
A little harder. Trip, trip,
So people
trip.
listening, that's either a pouring of a beer or Nigel
some-
took it to the bathroom.
Or somebody's peeing, yes. One or the other.
Man. The color
Yeah.
is
It's, what do you call that? Hot pink?
so it's a hot pink in color. Smells hoppy. Yeah, kinda.
I know what it is, so, but we'll see what you guys.
Is this from Diametric?
Look at that.
Wow, that's
You got-
skill.
The Spidey senses tingling, aren't they?
Does it start with an R?
Does it start with an R? It does not.
It's not? Okay, that's not what I thought it was. I thought it was Ruby on Rails for a second.
It is not Ruby on Rails.
Okay. Is this one of their special releases just on the wall all the time?
It's part of a series
I've not had this.
I don't know if I
because it's new.
have okay.
The unnamed Diametric.
Right, the unnamed Diametric beer.
Gotcha.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know their Anyway Shake series?
Yep.
Prickly Pear.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah. Shout out to Diametric and the boys at Diametric. It's a good beer. And it's an IPA.
That is a good beer.
It's basically
Yeah.
what do you call it?
It's
what's
like a milkshake IPA.
yeah, like a
Yeah.
milkshake.
But
Even though it's not hazy.
Right.
Right, it doesn't really hit you.
And I appreciate.
Hit
So
the
I'm
mouth
not
like
a
that.
huge milkshake IPA fan personally, because they always put a shit ton of vanilla in them.
That is
Sometimes.
And
that
this
does
one
not have.
does not have.
No,
'cause I can't
sometimes
stand.
sometimes they don't.
I don't like it when they do, like the
Yeah.
orange creamsicle and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah.
I just can't get. That's not my style. A lot of people love them. I put them on draft and I sell the shit out of them, which is great. Not my deal.
So let's-
But I would
This is
not.
good, though.
I wouldn't tag that as a just off taste as a milkshake. I would
No,
never have said
no.
that's a milkshake.
But if you
IPA.
know that series,
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
the series is Anyway Shake.
Yeah.
So that's the series. So it's been Prickly Pear, it's been
Gotcha.
all these different things or whatever.
Yeah.
So on your at what point did you go from, you've been in the business, you work for other people. At what point did you say, let me open my own shit?
Oh,
Because
God.
that's a pretty good leap.
It is a big leap. So, yeah, you mentioned Aaron before. My previous business partner, he actually was working with me at Ale House. He lived in the apartments right back here.
Oh, gotcha.
So he started drinking here. Yeah,
Oh,
he
when
went
it
to
was
Ale
next
House,
door-
he'd
when it was
pop
next
in
door.
here and have a
Right.
drink before he went home. And told the previous owner, he's like, hey, there's a bunch of spots in Westport if you want to expand. And he's like, I actually don't want to expand. He's like, I want to get out. He's like, if you guys bring me X amount of dollars, I'll sell this to you.
Oh, no shit.
And Aaron called me, and he's like, hey, I think we might have a spot. Because we'd kind of been talking about we're looking at doing some other things.
Yeah.
Delis and just random stuff. And I came out here and looked at it, and I was like, dude, it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, I don't even know what's over here.
West Side?
We kind of stepped in and ate at the previous restaurant that we completely changed the concept from.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that great. Started looking at reviews. It wasn't the best reputation. I'm like, God damn, like, we're going to have to build this. We're going to have to build this. We're going to have to do a lot. And we just ended up going for it. Wasn't sure if it was the best idea or not, but 6 years later, I'm here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving what I do. We're making good food every day. We got good staff, great regulars, a good following, and we're about to do some cool, crazy stuff to the interior. And a couple weeks out from kind of doing a remodel since we're re-signing a lease and continuing on. But we're having fun. So it was a nerve-wracking day. I remember writing the first check for rent and deposit. Man, I don't know if I've ever written a check this big in my life. And then you're terrified, and it's been a lot of changes. When we first opened, we thought, hey, we're in this nice kind of expensive neighborhood. We should do upscale type thing. Let's do upscale food, upscale pizza, everything elevated. Pair it with beer and this and that. And literally 2 months into it, I was like, we have to change this. The neighborhood does not like this at all. It is not it's not working. So we adapted, we changed. Now you got bright colors, you got space cats on the wall.
Yeah.
Eat beer, drink pizza is our hashtag, and came about on a night kind of like this. I was trying to say eat pizza, drink beer, and it just came out the other way. And I was
came out
like,
the wrong way.
It's like, keep that. We're using that. That's good. But yeah.
How quickly did you get to pizza as the thing you wanted to do? Because you
Man,
said you
I
came
never
from
wanted
some
to do
burger
pizza.
joints and other things.
I never really wanted to do pizza. I worked a couple pizza stations, not even pizza restaurants, but a couple pizza stations in my life at other restaurants, and I never really had I was never like, hey, I'm going to open a pizza place. The previous restaurant here was pizza.
Right.
And when we did the asset purchase, we got the ovens and everything, so obviously we're like, hey, we'll just continue doing pizza. Another thing is like the margins are really good on pizza. So we're like, well, let's keep that on the menu. Let's branch out into some other things, which we have. Now we have tacos and burgers and wings and Cubano sandwiches and all that type of stuff. But I never really did. Also, to answer your question, pizza was never really on my radar. I had a bunch of stuff on my radar. I wanted to open a deli. I wanted to open a sandwich place. I wanted to open a catering company. I wanted to open a place that literally had a rotating menu and with rotating taps, and everything was just paired with beer, and it changed every week.
It's interesting because people, what about Long Bell Pizza? I'm like, and I always tell them, you should go there because the dude's a chef. It's not regular pizza.
No.
No, it's not at all. You can get regular pizza. People get confused about that too. Like, I came in earlier and he's like, look up the menu. He's like, can I just get a pepperoni pizza? I'm like, you can get whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, you want a pepperoni pizza? Get a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah. No,
honestly, our pepperoni pizza is the best pepperoni pizza. Like,
no shit.
It's so good. It's like sometimes I revert to that myself. I'm like, even just the cheese pizza showcases the cheese. We use top quality cheese. We make our own sauce, and you get in there, you're like, oh god, this is like.
I will
fire.
say this. So shout out to Tony at Windshift because obviously he's got some of your flatbreads.
Right.
For the life of me, I didn't think a all veggie pizza could be a thing.
Oh, dude, our V is for vegetable is it's fucking stupid.
I don't even miss the meat.
No, you don't.
That's
on
what
that
she
pizza,
said.
you don't at all.
She probably didn't say. She
didn't say that, Nigel.
On that pizza, honestly, and that was one of the things we had. Veggie pizza on the menu called a Lula, and it's just like it's your typical tomatoes and artichoke hearts and onion. It was good. It was fine. We kind of switched up the menu this last time. I was like, I want a veggie pizza that, like you said, you don't miss the meat on. You don't care.
I sell the shit out of that pizza.
That pizza, everybody, it's phenomenal. It's like
you know what that pizza reminds me
is
of?
just
There was a time I was in London. I was at Brewdog.
Okay.
And Brewdog in London is known for their pizzas. And they don't slice it for you. They bring you the cutter. And it's got that crust, like kind of what you do. And then you have to cut it yourself. And then they bring you olive oil to put on top of it.
Okay.
I was at Windshift looking for olive oil, trying to eat one of your flatbreads.
Yeah,
I was like, there's no
olive
olive oil in here.
Where's the olive oil?
Did you tell Tony?
Tony, I'm telling you now, we need olive oil.
Tony, get the olive oil.
I'm telling you, it was a game changer.
No more Windshift stops until Tony has
Nigel
olive oil
needs
on
olive
site.
oil.
That's when I get off work on a Friday, I put one of those in the oven, and I'm driving back to Lee Summit trying to drink a beer and eat a pizza.
Not driving.
No, I was definitely driving. Me driving, probably.
I tried to save you.
Save me from what? One beer.
People are always like, oh man, I don't know, it's a veggie pizza. I'm like, and if you're worried about it, throw some bacon and chicken on there, and it is,
right.
God, it's stupid good.
Yeah. So I don't even need that right now. I don't need the meat.
No, that's the thing, you don't.
But there's something about a good veggie pizza with the beers. Like it just pairs.
yeah,
back
does.
to pairing talk,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
It just pairs
with
really,
all
really
the
well.
light things, absolutely.
You get a flight and a nice veggie pizza, you're good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So what's the madness? Because obviously the place before you had a beer selection that was pretty well known.
Yep.
After that one beer you had that you said that kind of changed your life, you're eclectic because your beer selection has changed over time.
Yes.
Now it's super hyper local, but even when it wasn't, you had super rare shit.
Always. We kind of got to keep up on the relationships that the previous place had with distributors and your reps for these breweries and stuff like that. And we only closed for a month, so the buying continued. So the allocations can continue to come through, and they do continue to come through. And we just keep up those relationships. The guys over at Speakeasy, for example, he'll just text me. He's like, I'm sending you a keg. I'm like, well, what is it? And he's like, well, it's this, but only 3 came to Kansas City. I can send you something else if you want. I'm like,
no,
that's fine. Good.
One of
That's
3,
cool.
I'll take one.
Let's go back a little bit, though. There was only a month between the old place next door and when you opened. That's a fast turnaround and opening.
Well, I mean,
especially for 2 guys who hadn't done it before.
Right. Well, we kind of had. So when, yes, I hadn't done it, but I had. I got to do. I got hired on with the boys at Ale House while that was still a record store. I was there for the entire construction. I designed that kitchen. I wrote the menu. So yes, I had done it before. I've opened restaurants before, and so for the last month that the previous place was open, we ran it under a management contract. So we got to know the staff, got to know the layout, got to know how the ovens worked, how the business worked in general. And then, once the sale was done, we just closed the doors for a little bit and did some very, very minor construction and just kind of flipped some things around, cleaned it up, painted some stuff, changed the look, and just opened back up.
That's he says it like it was an easy thing.
Well, here's the deal. It wasn't easy, but we also didn't have any money, so we had to open.
Right.
So we're sitting there going, okay, neither of us have worked for how long now? Okay, and this place isn't making any money, and we still have to pay rent.
Right.
The power's on. We still have to pay all these bills, and I have everything laid out. I'm a very calculating individual. And I'm like, dude, if we don't have money somehow, some money rolling through the door in the next week, we go in the red and we start losing shit. So it's we gotta open. We have to open. We didn't really have a choice. So that's what we did.
There's nothing like necessity.
Yes.
To drive you.
Yes, it gets you going.
So what about when I kind of remember what it was like during COVID?
Yeah.
What was that like you've just established yourself?
Yeah.
And that shit kind of jumps off.
Yeah, that was a weird time. I go back and forth on it. I think about it a lot. I was sitting there watching it on the news and being like, what is this going to do? How's this going to affect us? What's going to happen? That's when my previous business partner left, and I took over all operations, and a lot of things changed during that. And, I still don't have paper menus. We're still doing QR codes because there's some things that came out of it that you're like, this works.
Hey, look, if there's anything good from COVID, it took QR codes and finally made them relevant.
Famous.
Yes. Thank God.
Look, I remember trying those in 2008,
right,
and nobody could figure them out.
We were doing
nobody knew how to use them.
We were using them for other things pre-COVID.
Yeah,
right.
But I had never used one until COVID.
Right.
Actually. Look, Best Buy, Home Depot, they all tried them way back when. No, it never took off. But
now they pop up on the TV during sports games, and everybody.
Right. You're like, let me get my phone.
You can buy your worthless NFTs.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a weird time. When you finally get the call from the health department, it's like, restaurants have to close. You can do carry out. We rolled that for a week, and we're like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't even know what's happening at that point. Everybody thinks this disease is like Ebola, and we're all gonna bleed from our eyes and die. Nobody knew how serious it was. Nobody knew how crazy it was. Obviously, it was serious in some aspects, but it was just weird. We didn't know what to do, and I looked at everybody else that had kind of continued working while we were closed, just doing carry out, and was like, I need time. I just need some time. Not a lot of time. I need some time. I need to step away for a minute. So we actually closed for, it literally might have been 7 days, but I think at 5 or 6 days, I was like, I've got to go back to work. I'm just going to lose my mind. I'm going to drink myself to death. I'm going to lose my mind. We got to open. We got to go back to work. So we opened back up. We did carry out, and it was hard. It wasn't easy. It was a weird shift. We were doing it with minimal staff. But the numbers were there. It still made sense to do it. We're putting up almost the same sales that we were when we were fully open.
Because motherfuckers still got to eat.
Yeah, just on carry out. On a Friday night, it was wild. We were doing regular Friday night sales without alcohol for the most part. You know, we were bottling cocktails and doing craft cocktails.
I was going to ask, did you get in on that?
Yes, we did. We were doing like the little ones, little hot sauce bottles. We did a bunch of those, and they were good. So we had I think it was spring. We had a spring cocktail menu, like, ready to roll. Lindsay had been, like, making all these infusions and syrups, and it was like ready to roll. And then they're like, "Nope, you got to close your fucking doors."
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh shit, what do we do? You know, what do we do?" I was like, "She's like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff." And I was like, "I guess we just bottle it and sell it." And we did, and we sat here every night and bottled a couple hundred cocktails, and then they'd be gone the next day because that's all anybody was doing was drinking, and then we'd do it over again and do it over again. It was just like, holy shit, like, this is.
I like to say that I personally kept some restaurants and drinking establishments open with my to-go orders.
At the W and Club. Like, I didn't realize you were hustling like that as well.
Yeah, I was buying my bottles from Shane. Yeah, I was hitting up Shane, being like, I was like, Shane.
Shout out to Shane.
Give me some bottles.
Like, we all know Shane hoarded those things. Like, he saw it coming, and he bought the shit out of all
the fucking warehouse. The warehouse was
let's keep
full.
It real. Shane right now has the corner. He's cornered the market on ice. Let's keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
like
gonna
actual
give it away,
ice, like frozen ice.
God
not like
Shane.
Dog the Bounty Hunter ice, like actual ice.
Yeah.
That could be a first for the show.
A dog.
We bring up Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I did watch some Dog Bounty Hunter the other day though. You know, 'cause
dude,
they got all those over-the-air channels that pops up on there. I was like.
But how awesome was that to watch? I mean, because I really think one of the cool things was watching people, and everyone said, you know what, we're going to support our local eateries, our local liquor stores and stuff. I mean,
it was wild, and I did not think it was going to happen that way. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. When it does start happening that way, you're like, okay, we're okay. Like, we're okay. The hardest part of all of it was when they let everybody open back up under a mask mandate.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part of it. Because
I like to call it a shit show.
It was a shit show. I mean, that's what spawned Earhole Boy.
We're going to get to that.
I mean, dude, like...
I was wondering.
That's
We're get to
literally, like... It was a nightmare. It sucked. We weren't super busy because 50% of the population is still afraid to go out.
Right.
The other 50% doesn't want to wear a mask, but they have to wear a mask. So it's like you're in this whole thing, and then, man, I've been called a Nazi. I have had the most random reviews on Facebook. I have on Google. I've been called all kinds of shit because I had to ask them. I'm like, dude, that's like, it's not my rule, man. Like, I didn't make like, you think I want to wear it? And like, I tell people too, I'm like, dude, I've had this thing on for 10 hours now.
And you have a beard.
Like, can you just, like, 30 seconds to your table, please, man? It's just not that big of a deal. Just throw it on. I don't care. Hey. Got some wild stuff. Am I doing this again?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's popcorn in the movie theater, and I'm scared now.
Yeah, while you're grabbing.
A $17 popcorn? Yeah, it's delicious.
Was that a good lesson, though, for everybody that does have a restaurant or a bar or tap room or whatever, on the importance, though, of building customer relationships and loyalty? I mean,
absolutely.
Because, like, you wouldn't have made it. None of them would have made it if people hadn't said, you know what, I'm going to do my part to make sure they stay open.
Yeah, no, and we had, dude, I had, bless her heart, one of my, she's an awesome regular, and the thing is, she hasn't even been a regular since probably like 2 years before COVID. And she calls one day. She lives in another state. She's in the military. She lives in another state, and she calls one day, and she's just like, how are things? And I'm like, girl, they're okay. Could be better. They suck, but we're making the best of it. We're doing what we can. And she goes, okay. She's like, can you do me a favor? I was like, what's that? She's like, can you ring me up for $2,000 worth of gift cards? I was like, wait.
Really?
What? And she's like, yeah, just ring me up like $2,000 worth of gift cards. I was like, what do you want me to do with them? She's like, I don't care. She's like, just do them in like $50 or $100 increments, whatever you want to do. And just ring me up for $2,000 worth. Here's my credit card number. She's like, if you just want to go give them to people that like aren't making money and need to eat or whatever, she's like, you can totally do that. Donate them. She's like, I don't care.
No shit.
She's like, I just want to buy $2,000 in gift cards.
That is awesome.
That is
No,
that is fantastic.
It was. I mean, and it's people like that got us through for real. I mean, our support on the daily is huge. I saw a lot of the same people picking up pizza or cocktails or beers or whatever every single day. And I mean, they're the real reason why we're here. I mean, they're the real reason that we made it through. A lot of people didn't, and I feel bad for that. And I hope it never happens again. Nothing like that ever happens again, because it was fucking rough. But
I mean, I'm gonna just talk about the elephant in the room. I mean, why wouldn't you make it? You live on your business is on Fascination Drive.
it was fascinating. It's fucking fascinating.
Is that really the elephant in the room?
It was to me at the time.
That was fascinating.
Yeah, it was fascinating.
It was very fascinating.
So we got another mystery
What
beer.
do we got?
Now we got 4 glasses.
This one's not super mystery.
Well,
Have you had it?
I haven't yet.
Our best buddy Shelby's here.
Well, yeah, she's. What do we call her? The assistant. What was
Our
she?
producer, assistant, booker. She had a lot of titles. Yeah, last episode she had a lot of titles.
I got you.
I can't say I've ever had one of these.
Is there anything still on the menu now, 6 years later, or 6-ish years later, that was there in the beginning?
Yep.
How much have you changed?
It's changed quite a bit. Some of the pizzas are from day one. The
Spillage. Got some spillage.
a little bit. It'll be all right.
I mean,
So the pane fuso has been on the menu since day one.
what is the pane fuso?
So
What is
pane
that?
fuso, it's a dip. It originally was supposed to be stuffed inside of fried dough, and it was a logistical and execution-wise just nightmare. But I had all this stuff made to do it, and I was like, well, let's just add a little bit more to it. So it's pepperoni, capicola, crushed red pepper, basil, cream cheese, heavy cream, mozzarella, garlic, and we serve it with our just our pizza crust, which just won Best Bread in Lee Summit. I have a spoon plaque on the wall over there. It was kind of random. Didn't expect to win that award. It was a soup competition. And I took it was like last minute. I was like, hey, will you guys make me a bunch of...
What soup competition in Lee Summit happened?
It used to be called Empty Bowls.
Oh, okay. So it's the Feed Lee Summit?
Yes, Feed Lee Summit.
Yeah, okay.
So I took a beer cheddar soup. So Fringe makes a beer. I make a beer with Fringe for us. I don't make it with them. They make it for the most part.
In Crust We Trust.
In Crust We Trust.
Yeah, good beer.
So it starts as a traditional ale, and they finish it with like 25 pounds of just my pizza crust. So I just take pizza crust, stretch it out, no toppings, run it through the oven. They finish the beer with it. So I've always got it on tap here. So I used the beer to make this beer cheese soup. And then that was kind of at like last minute. I was like, hold on, I need pane bread. We call it pane bread. It's just pizza crust. I was like, I need pane bread to go with the soup. So I'm like, all right, the beer's in the soup, the crust is in the beer, then you can dip the crust in the soup. I'm like, it's like let's blow your fucking mind while you eat soup, man.
But there are mushrooms involved.
Something was involved.
So I take all this stuff, and like I said, the bread was a last minute thing. Wasn't even planning on doing it. I got second place in soup. And then they're doing the bread thing, and there's like fucking bakeries there, and like people like make bread. That's what they do for a living. And like, I took a buddy with me to help out. We're just talking, and they're like going through all these categories this year. Long ball pizza, and I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, so I won Best Bread in Lee Summit for our pizza crust, which was pretty damn random. But yeah, so that has been on the menus. You dip that pizza crust in the pane fuso. It's phenomenal. It's stupid good. That's been on the menu since day one. Like the Pig and Rooster pizza has been on the menu since day one.
Ooh, the Pig and Rooster, son.
That one's good.
Yeah.
It's still one of my
I like
favorites.
pigs and roosters. Just want to say it right now.
Yeah.
Out loud.
So it's
Shout out to the pigs and roosters.
that one's solid.
I'm editing some jokes.
You could. I thought you were like smelling pigs and roosters.
No. I was editing some jokes. What do we get? Oh,
That's good.
Oh.
That's good.
You know what that is? Obviously, it's from Grains and Taps because it's got a big ass can.
Well,
Is that the new Womp twist?
No, that is not. That is not the coffee womp. Shout out to Brian Freimiller though. That dude can brew his ass off.
yeah, that's fucking delicious.
That's the white stout.
That's the white stout.
Yeah.
I think it was the first white stout I've ever had.
No shit.
Yep.
It was the first I had when he came on. I think it was episode 3, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had
60 episodes ago.
I think it's 64.
Okay, 63 episodes ago. That's good beer.
That is good.
Anybody want to guess the ABV?
I would guess 7.3.
Is it on there? I can't even read that.
That's just a guess.
I'm going to go
I don't know.
7.7.
I think it's 7.8.
Okay.
What is it?
6, 7.
Oh,
I'm closest.
all over.
I'm closest.
No, we're all over. What you
Well,
say?
this is Price
I
is
said
Right
7.3.
rule.
This Price is Right.
Price is
We-
Right
oh,
rules.
Oh, that's the
You
rule
can't-
we didn't mention.
That's
then.
what it was. We forgot,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
Price is Right rules. You can't go
So
over.
since,
Can't go
since we all
over.
went over, we all have to drink the rest
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
can. So
that means
Oh,
you
shit.
don't get it all to yourself. We all have to share.
Thank God. I mean, shit.
Okay, so you've got a lot of beer. You're making good food. So what is your go-to beer and food pairing if somebody wants that when they come in?
Obviously, I'd get people on that in crust we trust. You can taste the pizza crust in it. You really can. You get the saltiness
yeah,
and the
no,
breadiness.
it's a really good beer.
And it's only like 5.5%. That one I feel like is approachable to the craft beer drinkers because they're like, what? You put pizza crust in a beer? They want to know about it. And then if
to the regular
someone
drinker.
is not the craft beer drinker,
Yeah.
you'd be like, dude, try this. And they're like, well, fuck, that's good. That with any pizza is like literally Eddie will come up sometimes and like he'll dip pizza crust in the beer and eat it.
Of course,
It's-
Eddie would. Of course,
Well,
Eddie would do
look,
that.
Look,
It's good.
What is Eddie not going to dip his pizza crust in?
That's true.
Phrasing.
We love you, Eddie.
But yeah, that's a go-to pairing for sure. Is the crust we trust with anything. Everything on the menu goes good with that. Otherwise, dude, I rotate my stuff so much. I really don't have the same thing on draft. I get that all the time too. Well, last time I was here, I had this. I'm like, how long ago was that? It was like 3 weeks ago. Okay, well, I don't have it anymore. Unless it's Tank 7 or Boulevard Wheat.
Right.
Like I don't have it anymore.
But you've embraced like the locals.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
when even today when we walked in here, I was like, because I hadn't been here. I think the last time I was in here, I think you've changed your shit since then.
Probably.
That I'm like, oh, you've got like hyper local
Yes.
breweries.
Yeah.
What is it about that makes you want to support the local?
Well, dude, I had all kinds of. I mean, I've always had good beer on. I've had all kinds of stuff on, from all over the country, and man, it just kind of got to the point that so many Kansas City breweries are putting out just the top-notch products that I saw no reason to go outside of that. I saw no reason to. I mean, yeah. In bottles and cans, I'm going to expand that. I haven't quite yet. I'm thinking about doing this whole fridge or this whole wall right here in fridges. These 2 tables might come out and be building like 6-packs to go.
Oh, there you
and
go.
More of the package deal, more packaged beer. And with that, I'll branch out into more of the regional stuff.
Because there's not a lot of package stores here.
But I mean, where else in Lee Summit can you go get Alma Mater? Where else can you go? I mean, there's not very many places you're going to get City Barrel, Alma Mater,
Yeah.
Wind Shift. I'm the only person on Lee Summit with that Fringe beer on because that's made for me.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of got to the point where it's like, hey, let's rock this local stuff out,
Yeah.
and let's really almost become like a Kansas City tasting room for Lee Summit for this
dig it.
for this side
I
of
dig
town.
it. I dig it. I
Hey,
dig
we're
it.
out south, we're out west.
And you can
whatever.
get a pizza while you're here.
Yeah.
So, speaking of beer, so you have a collab with Diametric Brewing,
Right.
here in Lee Summit.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, it's called Earhole Boy Strikes Again.
Yes.
So let's talk about how this.
We're going to have to go back even farther.
Yeah, we're gonna have to,
Yeah.
we gotta talk about how this.
What
came up.
happened was,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Man, so that one.
now, had you guys been talking about a collab before that?
Well, I've done a couple with them. I've done a few. We had literally just put out another COVID thing. We called it Goes Back to Cali. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh yeah, it goes.
That
back
shit
to
was
Cali, yeah.
fire. So we'd all gotten together and decided to make this beer. It's based off a cocktail we did here called the Cali King.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's make a beer kind of based around this because the flavors just popped. So we want to do this Gosa, and we went over there and we brewed. We added the fruit. and then everything got shut down. So that beer sat in the tank for a while. And by the time it was done, it was like 8%. And like I talked to Mac, I'm like, what the fuck are we going to do with that beer? It's in the tanks. He's like, I don't know, we're not open. I was like, neither am I. Like, but we got to do something. Like, I don't want to just dump this thing out, so let's do something. So we, I didn't even end up finishing it. We were supposed to put chipotle in it and cilantro and like all kinds of other stuff. I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's just pull it. Let's just sell it. And so it ended up just being like this pineapple orange goza, and it was delicious. And at 8%, it didn't taste like 8%. It was just knocking out your ass, and you drink like 3 of them and not know why you wanted to die the next day. It was the worst headache ever.
That turned bad.
It was the worst headache ever, but dude, and then you just wake up and do it again the next day because we just had cases of it. It was so good.
So you think you're 21 again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this is all during lockdown, so we just have like cases of it in the walk-in. And
I remember lockdown.
it was just wild. There's like cases of that. But yeah, so we'd already done a collab with them, and like I think we just sold out of it, and we'd open back up. That's what I was talking about earlier, where it's like that was the worst part, was opening back up under the mask mandates, because like I said, half the people don't want to go out. A quarter of the people go out and be cool, and a quarter of the people go out and be assholes because there's a sign on the door that says wear a mask. You know, it's like I said, I didn't make the rule. I'm just trying to stay open.
You're just a messenger.
But yeah, it's like a Saturday morning. We had just opened, man. This guy might have been the third customer in. And like the first 2, I probably had to like be like, "Hey, can you guys, throw your mask on? Can you get to your table, please? Thank you." You know, it was all I did every day. And this guy just like lost his shit. I can't, dude. So first he put his mask over his eyes.
I want to preface this story though. This turned into one of the greatest business social media posts of all time.
This is fucking hilarious. So he puts his mask over his eyes. He starts walking around like he can't fucking see anything. And he does this all the way to his table. And he finally sits down. And he takes his mask off. He throws it on the table. He goes, "There, you fucking happy now?" And I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I go, "Actually, motherfucker, I'm not." He goes, "What?" I said, "There's no reason for you to walk into my business that I'm just trying to keep open and be a disrespectful asshole."
Dick.
I was like, I'm just trying to keep my doors open. These are rules that put on me. I didn't make them up. The health department checks on me to make sure I'm following them or I get fined. And you want to come in here and be an asshole? I was like, I don't deserve to be disrespected like that. He goes, "I wasn't even talking to you." I was like, "I'm the only person here. Who the fuck are you talking to then?"
Really?
And
This is getting weird.
Yeah. So then he said something else. I was like, "Look, dude, if you don't like it, you can fucking leave." He's like, "Oh, I fucking will," He fucking saunters his white trash ass the fuck out the door. Telling every table on the way out, of course, that is in here that I'm a fucking jackass and whatever. Immediately leaves me a 1-star Google review. I could probably find it. I should probably find it and read it, honestly. It's somewhere in my phone.
While he's talking.
But basically, so it's deleted. It's deleted off of Google. He changed it, but I have the original somewhere, probably in my Google Photos because I know I screenshotted it. So I tried to be nice about
That
it.
was a decent burp. It's 4 out of 5.
It feels weird with a
4 out
lav
of
mic
5.
and not being able to lean in.
You can still.
I have some more beer.
Yeah.
Mine's empty.
You are allowed to have more beer on this show.
Where do I find that at?
Well, keep telling the
But
story
yeah,
while you're there for it.
so anyways, he walks out to, I assume sitting in the car because it was immediate. It was fucking immediate. And he was like, 1 star, this place fucking sucks. The owners, my server did not like the way I wore my mask and was an asshole. And he had quarter-size holes in his ears. And like basically just went off about, he's mainly talking about me.
Yeah.
Calling me a server, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what's up.
Right.
He goes, "You just cost yourself a sale and a customer. Won't ever be back, earhole boy." I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm mad.
So
What I love about this, though, is this is going to go back to the customer audience, you're building a relationship with your audience. Like, you got so much love when you put this stuff out there. When you put that story out there.
Yeah, he just put it out there. It was
I
great.
mean,
Right.
And it was so good of you to put it out because also it sheds a light on
what we were dealing
all
with.
the problems that all of the restaurants and bars and everybody was having trouble with.
Rule number 2.
Rule number
Jesus.
2: don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
I mean, look, we're
God,
all
when
gonna
was
have to
that?
go watch.
It's 2020, obviously,
Roadhouse
right?
now and learn to be nice again.
Like a roadhouse.
But the love that you got from your customers when you put that out there on social media was amazing.
When do you think that was? I'm trying to remember now.
It was early in the lockdown.
2020?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
But we'd open, right?
So let's talk about this though. So it's a great story, and I know when you told Mac and Devin.
So I didn't even tell Mac. So basically,
so how did the beer come about?
man, so I posted my response, which, trust me, I retyped that thing like 10 times because it was like, first of all, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. Fuck you for even coming in my door and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I obviously can't.
You can't do
I
that.
can't respond with that. I got to reel it in a little bit. So I reel it in. I retype it again. Still calling them names and stuff. I'm like, you know what? We need to not call names. Let's pull it back. And
Well played.
we'll
Look
kind
at
of.
that. Start calling you Mad Dog.
I don't know if I'm worthy of the Mad Dog title.
That was pretty good pour.
That's a good pour, but Mad Dog stands alone.
That is fair.
I was like, we're going to bring it in a little bit. So I like calmed my response down and basically got him back with a response. It was like, hey, you came in and were extremely disrespectful to me and my staff. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of rolled it out. I said, and by the way, I'm not your server. I'm the fucking owner.
Right.
Have
a blessed day, earhole boy.
Which,
So
it was a sweet closing. Just
God, it was great.
chef kiss.
Not the chef.
Hey, anytime someone acts like that to me, I love just finishing up with "Have a blessed day." But yeah, so
Hashtag blessed.
Right. Hashtag.
so I roll that out and I post it. I'm like, the dude's name was Chuck, so I'm like, don't be a Chuck. You know? And I post it, and we're busy. It's probably 3 or 4 hours goes by, and I get a text from my buddy in Oregon, my buddy Shane out in Oregon. He goes, "What up?" Just a text. Haven't heard from him in a few weeks, just in Oregon. He's one of my best friends. I'm like, text him back fine. I'm like, nothing much. What's up? He goes, "You're fucking trending."
You're trending.
I go, "I'm trending." I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, "You're trending." Jesus Christ. You ever gone through your screenshots on Google Photos?
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. There's shit in here. I'm like, why did I screenshot this? This is bad. Fuck my browsing history. Delete my screenshots. Jesus.
I think we've lost him.
But yeah,
I think he should start his own podcast.
Yes.
screenshots by Jason. But yeah, so
That's also a cologne.
it went viral. It took off. Someone put it on Reddit, and it just took off from there. And the next thing God on Twitter.
Yes.
Oh, God on Twitter.
Yeah.
God on Twitter's tweeting it. He's retweeting
What?
it, tweeting about it. So it just goes nationwide.
Which
it goes
there's a theory
viral.
that's Patton Oswalt.
Okay, I can see that.
I think it's God.
It's actually God.
It's a great Twitter follow.
Oh, I know.
But yeah. So it went viral, goes all over the place. So it was a couple days later, Matt called me. He goes, "You're an inspiration."
Which is exactly what Mac would
Exactly.
say.
And I'm like, "An inspiration for what?" He goes, "A beer." I said, "I'm listening. I'm all ears. Let's brew.
Let's make beer.
What's this about?" He goes, "Well, seems he had some asshole named Chuck come in and be an asshole."
Goddamn Chuck.
He's like, "So I think we should make a beer about Chuck." I was like, "I'm down to make a beer about Chuck." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I want to call it Earhole Boy Strikes Again." I'm like, okay, I get down on that. He's like, "Yep." He's like, "The label's going to be you holding a piece of pizza and like pointing like you're fucking pissed off." I was like, dude, all I want to do is send my mom a beer with me on the label. Like, that's like a life goal.
But then there were shirts.
No, there's shirts. There's all kinds of
like,
shit.
like a Superman pulling his.
Yeah,
I never saw the shirts.
Yes,
their shirts.
They're
like,
epic.
Yeah,
it's like
EHB.
EHB. Oh boy, Jackson.
But yeah, we went. And then Mac was like, "Yo, what style do you want to brew? What do you want to do?" And I said, honestly, we all know that Chuck is going to order a Natty Light. That's what he's going to go for. He says, all right, we're doing a pseudo lager. I said, all right, let's dry hop that bitch. So that's what we made. It was delicious. I drank a shit ton. I still have a can laying around here, so it was
I was
empty.
going to say, like, if you were making it for Chuck, did you have to make it shitty?
No, we made it good. We tried to find his address so we could send him a 6-pack, but I don't think anybody ever found it.
Chuck.
Chuck, the new Karen.
Chuck. Yeah, Chuck is male Karen for sure.
Wow. No, that was.
Well, and I never understood those people, right? Like, there are a lot of people that hated the mask rules and whatever. You're allowed to hate things, I guess. Whatever.
I guess.
But to come in and like berate business owners and people that are just trying to like get a paycheck.
I think it happened everywhere.
Right, but
it happened all over the place.
I didn't understand that part of it, where it's don't take it out on the people who are just trying to make a buck.
What's rule number 2, Nick?
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a
There's
dick.
a lot of dicks out there, bro.
Look, be nice.
That's too easy.
That's way too easy.
You know when to stop being nice? When we tell you not to be nice.
Who is we?
What if he says my mother's a whore? Is she?
Oh, they get the Will Smith treatment.
Well, I was giving you the Roadhouse, one of the greatest bad movies of all time.
I was going with recent history. I was like, I saw that shit. I was like, this could not be real.
When you're called to be a vessel of love, you got to beat somebody.
Ski.
Sometimes you gotta.
All right, mystery beer time.
Another one.
Here you
go. So, okay, if Earhole Boy were to become a pizza, what would the pizza be?
Have you done an Earhole Boy pizza?
I have not done an
What
Earhole
would
Boy
an Earhole
pizza.
Boy pizza be?
It'd have to be really greasy because that's what he said my pizza was, but he never even had one. He never even ordered one. So after I got him back with the good response and it went viral, he went back on and changed his review, saying that the pizza's horrible and greasy and the staff is terrible and they don't want any customers or anything in there. And I just answered him again. I was like, sir, once again, you're an asshole when you came in. You never even had a pizza. So
right.
I don't even care about your review. I have to pick again?
Well, yeah, you're the guest.
I'm the guest.
That's the way it works. Nick got scared because there's 2 in there.
Ooh.
There's a bottle.
Well, there is a bottle opener that Shelby
last
procured from our friends at Pathlight.
I have one of those.
It came in handy last night.
That was really warm.
Tanner,
so
we're sorry, and it was all Shelby's fault.
Actually, maybe if it's warm, maybe it's something.
I mean, I'm not turning you in, Shelby, but you totally stole it from Pathlight.
Oh, good choice.
Okay, that looks good.
That
looks
Shelby
like
says
my
that
fucking
was
logo.
accidental theft.
Little LB, little long bell.
No, I don't think your logo looks like that.
It's like the same letter. That L looks exactly the same.
Well, it's not. It's not in the same community.
Well.
This is a beer karma. Shout out to Alex
Okay.
Salisbury, or Salisbury.
Salisbury, like a steak.
Well, he fussed at me earlier because he got some beers and forgot that he had some beer karma to pay back.
Okay.
Here it is.
Hey, that's an important reminder to everyone. When you get beer karma, pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
But somebody brought him like 17 beers, and I said, "Is one of those for me?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh my god."
No,
I finally found.
That's fair. Picking on Nigel is fair.
Okay,
if you want to hear the review, I found it. I know we kind of moved on, but
no. I want the actual review.
I've been staring at some really fucked up screenshots for about 15 minutes, so I feel like I deserve this at this point. This is from Chuck G. Not Shock G, Chuck G.
I like that he's moved to the M&M grip on the
Chuck G
now.
says, an arrogant staff who believes they can belittle customers for not wearing their masks to their personal standard and specifications. The lunatic server with the quarter-sized holes in his ears thought it was his duty to remind me to wear my mask properly for the 3 steps to my table despite the mask being in place and secured. He said if I didn't like the rules, I could leave. So we did. Keep it up, Longbow. Earhole Boy just earned you a permanent ban.
I love it.
All right, thanks, Chuck. My response was, Sir, when I asked you to put on your mask that you were holding up to your face, not properly or secure, you threw a fit then wore it around your eyes and walked around to make a scene and threw it down and said, "Are you happy now?" As I stated, we don't make the rules. The health department does, and I don't need your disrespect. By the way, I'm not your server. I'm the owner. Have a blessed day. Sincerely, Earhole Boy.
I feel like that should be a poem. Like a dramatic reading.
I just want to put the entire
Little spoken word.
response on a shirt.
So, have you seen the beer can?
Or just those words. Sincerely, Earhole Boy.
The beer can. They made Diametric. They did the label, and it's a comic book. The whole thing is a comic. There's a story on it. I mean, it's a comic book. It's fucking hilarious.
That smells delicious.
Ooh.
All right, I gotta finish this one.
Yeah, this would be thanks to Alex. Crushberry.
Crushberry.
Kettle sour with blackberry.
Okay.
The nose on it is fucking
That is fantastic. Let's
delicious.
see here. What do we got?
It's from LB. It's not LB.
So
it's,
what is LB?
Hold on. Lionbridge Brewing.
Where are they at?
I think they're in. That's a good question.
Super Shelby, looking it up.
I think it's Nebraska.
I feel like that's going to be a sneaky ABV. Like that's easy drinking.
The old sneaky ABV. Can we name a beer that?
We
Sneaky
should.
ABV.
Add that to the Nigel list.
I bet Mac has that beer going.
Like
Lionbridge Brewing.
Lion.
The nose on that is ridiculous. Cedar Rapids. It's from.
That is
Iowa.
a fantastic drink.
Is it really?
I love that.
It smells. You know what it smells like? Remember?
It smells it smells like Kicks.
I mean,
Kicks?
No.
I'm thinking like.
as someone for an hour and 16 minutes
Nerds?
didn't like sours.
I'm getting like Captain Crunchberries.
I'm getting. Not Twinkies. What was the?
No, that's
what-
that's fruity cereal.
What was the thing that was? They weren't Twinkies. They
They're
were
for kids.
what?
They're for kids. This is not for kids.
Trick Daddy loved the kids.
We're gonna need to put a disclaimer on this episode now.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's tasty.
That is fire.
Really
And
good.
Alex gave it to me because he didn't like sours. Alex,
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
And look, Alex, I was with you for an hour and 16 minutes.
So what do we think the ABV is on this?
5.9.
5.9?
5.9.
I'm gonna go 6.8.
You're gonna have to look because I can't see that shit.
What happened to you? Were gonna have podcast glasses?
They're at home. Very good.
Thank you.
That was a good strong burp.
It was, yeah.
That was not a cry burp.
No.
No, we don't want cry burps.
Nobody wants a cry burp.
If you want to know about a cry burp, everybody go to
Go to River Bluff.
River Bluff in the River Market.
In the River Market.
Not the one in St. Joe.
Not the original.
Right.
Go to River Bluff 2.0.
Right.
I haven't been down there yet. How's the space? It looks like it's going to be
it's
pretty
a
cool.
really
It's
cool
giant
space.
as fuck.
It
Yeah.
is huge, but it's a nice
Yeah.
space. I like the location. I mean, look, if you're
I
living
really
in
like
the market
that. You find
area,
the ABV?
where else are you going to go? I mean, that's the best place to go.
Yeah. That whole area down there is really cool.
All right, let's get back to. I want to know if Earhole Boy becomes a pizza.
Oh man, what would be on it?
Yeah, that needs to be a pizza.
That
bro.
needs to be a pizza soon.
I don't know. It was, so came about being a beer. I don't know what I'd put on the pizza. Honestly, that's
Look, we're gonna make it up as on the podcast.
I feel like
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I'm feeling mushrooms,
okay.
spinach,
Okay.
Mushrooms.
not bacon.
No bacon.
I'm not feeling bacon. I
Okay.
feel like that's too easy.
That is easy. Pancetta. All right.
All right. Fried egg.
I can get down with that.
So when you bite in, the yolk goes.
Yep. What's the sauce? Garlic cream? White sauce?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what did we decide
We just invented
on
a
this
pizza,
beer?
folks. Right here on the Beers with Nigel podcast, we invented a
It
pizza.
might be the special this weekend. You never know.
So what did you guys say on ABV?
I said 5.6.
6.8. I think it's sneaky.
I've seen it. You got a guess?
We're looking at Shelby. She says 6'2".
6'7".
Woo!
Dang it! 10th over.
Got to share the beer. Well, I guess
That is absolutely delicious. It's gone.
Yeah, it's still some over there.
It does taste like Tricks.
It does.
Like
Has
stout.
anybody made a cereal beer in a while?
It's been
Not
a little
since, Not
bit.
since Rodney.
Not since Rodney.
Yeah.
Rodney was a cereal beer maker.
I want to do like a Golden Graham stout.
Oh, let's fucking
fucking
do it.
love some-
Graham
love me
Stout.
some Golden
Are you
Grahams.
kidding me?
Bids are now open for a collab partner.
All right, bids are
Jason,
coming in.
We do take collabs.
We're going. We're good.
We've done one.
We're going to the phones.
So it's Nigel's turn. He's looking for a collab partner.
It's about to happen. You'll see.
I was talking to Mac about doing another one. We haven't. So Mac wanted to do like a follow up to Earhole Boy.
Okay.
Haven't decided on that yet.
That was actually a really, really good beer.
It was fire.
I mean, for something to be a parody of
it
some asshole.
It was
Right.
It was very good.
So what's your go-to beer? What do you want to go to? What's your style? What's your
Oh,
go-to
man.
style?
So I think I don't know what has happened over the last few years with hops and everything. It's probably very similar to whatever happened with the levels in like weed and all that. It's the same thing where it's like it's just gotten so potent and different and crossbreeds and cross strains and all this stuff. I've been an IPA fanatic forever. I love the taste still. I can barely drink them now. They give me a headache.
you're allergic.
They mess up my stomach. I
Maybe
think
you're allergic to an actual hop.
something happened. Something happened. I have a hard time with them. I love lagers and pilsners. That's kind of been like my go-to for like the last year or so. It's like killer lagers, killer pilsners,
Easy
just
drinking.
crisp,
Yeah.
easy drinking.
Yeah.
And when I'm at home, I drink a lot of Modelo.
Hey, I'm
Love
not mad at
Modelo.
you.
You
can't
I
be-
do
you
like
can't be mad about that.
me a Modelo.
Love Modelo. Yeah, it's just like grilling, reaching something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm gonna have 6 or 7 of these things, and I'm
That's
not
your
gonna be
drinker.
falling down the
That's your
stairs.
drinker.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But no, I've been like that alma mater we have on right now, that German Pilsner is just it's fucking fire.
Now you're representing the city, which I do like, because not everybody does that.
Right.
And I mean, even in Lee
Right.
Summit, where
when
we
I
are,
find we get a lot of people in here that are, I don't know if they're visiting people in this neighborhood or what. We get a lot of people in here that are from out of town. I don't know if people are telling them to come in here or what, but at least a few times a week, I have someone sit down and be like, I want something that I won't be able to get anywhere outside of Kansas City.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, just pick one. Like,
Yeah.
like none of these. You're not going to get any of these outside
Yeah.
of Kansas City. Maybe Boulevard, but outside of that, no.
What's that been like to build though, kind of a customer base? Because you're in a corner of suburbia.
Right?
So I mean, you
Yeah.
have a few specific neighborhoods,
Yep.
which, luckily for you, they are of an economic status that helps you.
Yes.
But you're in a corner.
Yeah.
You're not.
No, we're
you're
the
not
only
a-
thing
you're-
over here.
You're
It's,
not
it's
a-
strange.
You're not. You're. This is not a destination
Right.
corner, right? So how's that been to build kind of the awareness and to build
It's
build
been,
attraction?
building. It's part of the fun of it. Honestly, building a brand is awesome, and it's an experience. It's a way you find out what works, what doesn't. I have people that drive here from Overland Park on a weekly basis. I have people that come from Independence on a weekly basis. We reach a lot further than just these neighborhoods, and I think a lot of that's credited to our marketing and how we do everything and how we blow everything up and how crazy these pizzas are
but also how good they are as well.
and how good they are. Yeah.
I mean, if you have to hold me down and you're like, what's the top 2 pizzas I've had recently? It'd be you guys, and surprisingly, fucking Grains and Tabs.
Okay.
Them pizzas that they're
All
doing
right,
over there.
okay,
like,
hang on. Can we have a second? The biscuits and gravy pizza that's on right now.
yeah, they got a pizza. That, month.
They going over there, B&G?
Oh.
Little B&G?
Oh,
Yeah, it's not,
Okay.
it's not a game.
Okay.
It's not a game, son.
I've done
It's-
one
wait.
as a special a couple times. I don't have one on the menu.
oh,
but
I haven't had
little
yours.
B&G, that
But
sounds pretty good.
you know what it is though. At least for me, it's that crust.
Yeah.
In crust, we trust.
In crust, we
I'm gonna
trust.
Call it, and I'm telling you, and this is why I know this, because there's only 2 pizzas I've driven down the road eating.
Right.
Yours. So like when people come to Windshift, they're like, well, how big is it? And when I show them, I'm like, it's bigger than a piece.
Right. It's a personal pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not round.
They're not round.
But it's that crust.
Pizzas don't have to be round.
They don't have to be round.
I don't eat all crust on all pizzas. That's bullshit.
No.
That's bullshit.
It is. Your shit. I'm right. Again, my experience is eating your flatbreads is on the highway on I-70.
Hell yeah.
And the Lee Summit.
Well, look, how long ago was that? The birria pizza was so good.
I didn't have
And
that.
I think that was right, too, when the masses started learning about birria.
Yes.
You know, kind of was hitting the YouTube
I've been
trends
I've been a
and stuff.
birria fan forever. You know,
Right.
it's like, let's eat some tacos. Let's get some birria. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do a birria. Like, why don't you just dip a whole slice of pizza in some broth instead of a taco? You know, let's roll it out.
I mean,
Look,
that's fair.
it's basically said, hey, let's take the French dip and let's turn it into tacos. And then Jason says, let's turn it into pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, that
I've done a
makes-
French dip pizza, too. Same thing. Dip it in the broth.
Right.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking forward to Ear Hole Boys Pizza.
What is it is, obviously you're a trained fucking chef.
Right.
To do it in the format of a pizza, is it a different process? Is it, I'm going to make a dish?
Man, so like once again, I talked about Blanc. It's a lot of the same concept where we would take an entire dish, like entire composed dish, like something you eat at grandma. It's meatloaf and potatoes and gravy and stuff. And these things hit me. And I'm like, how do you turn that into a pizza? Like, what do you do? How do you do it? And then you basically deconstruct it and then reconstruct it in a way that works. And that's all I've been doing. That's literally what I've been doing. It's like,
So should I ask the question?
Ask the question.
So a few weeks ago we had Dale's Biscuits and Beers out of Brooklyn, New York. And we had this whole conversation. He's supposed to freeze dry us this sandwich. Remember?
That's right. we need to check up on him.
So he does. It's a brewery, but he also does biscuits. His grandmother's recipe, and so kind of like you do, you take grandmother's little biscuits and put a bunch of shit in it, right? So he's got this is fried chicken sandwich, and we're like collard greens on it.
hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is an audio thing, so
Hell
people
yeah.
can't see his face right there.
Yeah, he just had a moment.
But he just had a moment.
He was like,
I
he
did.
did that Scooby Doo.
What? Hell yeah.
You
That's
know
all I
what
can
I'm
say.
saying?
Hell yeah.
Yes. So yeah.
Did you happen to pop in for the Nashville hot chicken and waffle pizza we did?
I missed that.
Oh damn! I'm gonna have to do that one again pretty soon. But we did Nashville hot chicken. God, I don't even think I did a sauce. So I brushed the crust.
at 3rd Street in
It's
Lee
fire.
Summit is amazing.
It's fire.
And they do a version of them for their hot wings.
Yes. Oh, I know.
It's incredible.
So we brushed the crust. That was the sauce. We brushed it with the Nashville hot oil, cheese, and then it had like onions or house-made pickles. I don't remember what all we put on it, but I have this waffle maker that I bought. I bought like 4 of them when I was at Ale House. Because Ale House, I was doing these mini chicken and waffles. So you got 4 of them in an order on a long linear plate. They're all plated, powdered sugar, and we did a smoked jalapeno maple syrup.
Yeah.
But I needed these waffle makers to make waffles that are literally 2 inches around. Well, there's only 4 left on Amazon. I'm like, these things aren't made for a kitchen. They're going to break. So I bought all of them. So now I have these waffle makers. So we just made waffles. We went crazy, just made waffles. Made our own waffles. So they became a pizza topping. So you got waffles on the pizza, and then we did Nashville hot chicken, and then like a maple syrup, and it was stupid. It's a Nashville hot chicken and waffle
Did it have the jalapeno
pizza.
maple on it?
Yeah.
Oh, along with the Nashville hot.
Yeah. It was so good.
I'm gonna need a moment
It was so good.
and maybe a cigarette.
Somebody
Hey,
get him.
can you-
I don't know.
And
Can
a
you,
wet
can, you,
nap.
can you give him that towel over there? That towel?
Wet nap.
No, that one was fire. One of my favorite ones we've done. Probably should go on the menu. Honestly, it's just one of those ones that you should just slap on there. But yeah, I mean, literally, whether it's a sandwich, a taco, inspirations everywhere. I'll eat something and be like, dude, this is so fucking good. How can I turn this into a pizza? And then I just sit there and think about it. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and this. So next thing you know, you got some Asian sticky chicken and pickled vegetables and whatever sauce I decided to put on it, and I mean, that's how I do it. So everybody's like, "How high were you when you came up with this?" And like, really, dude, I don't smoke weed, so I'm not very high at all. I used to. Maybe that's how it helps. I don't know.
Well, you mentioned earlier that
I just like food.
Your kid helped you come up with the new one.
Yep.
So what things do kind of pop? What sparks things in your head to make up some of these crazy deals?
Like I said, usually it's like I go somewhere and I eat, and I'm like, I like trying different places and just
you're
different
kind of
things.
like Tony.
And
like
just
Tony
being like,
goes someplace and eats.
Be like, this flavor is like,
Yeah.
so good. I have to do something based on this. And it might not be exact. I'm going to do some different stuff. I'm going to add my own touch to it. But there's always that one thing that's just like kicks off, and I'm like, dude, this as a pizza topping, sorry, would kill it.
Was that a cry burp?
I don't know. That might have been.
It was
kind of stuck
almost
down
like
there.
Started as a cry burp and then
was
worked
like-
its way
It was stuck.
out of
To
the
a
tears.
4-year-old burp.
That's the
That was
first
a
one.
toddler burp.
That's the first one that I haven't been scared to let. I ate a lot of tacos for lunch.
Look.
And I was kind of afraid to let any of those out previous to that one. That one felt all right, though.
Well, look, it's a burp. It's not like a
Right.
fart. Never trust a fart, but your burps, you're okay.
Yeah.
So Tony does the same thing. He'll go eat someplace, and it's inspiration. Shout out to Tony
Exactly.
from Winship.
Yeah.
It's inspiration for a beer because
Right.
he's done. Remember he did the Thai chili.
The coconut curry?
Yes.
The Gosa?
Yes.
I've got a keg of that back there waiting to go on.
So fire.
Oh, I know.
So unique.
I know. I
so
can't wait.
fire. And you've been sitting on it. I bet it's delicious.
He just dropped it off today.
Oh, is it? He did it. He redid it.
Yeah, he just made a batch for me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I got that.
When
I'm trying
shift,
to. I've
when
got
shift
his.
that you didn't know about.
Bro, half the time I go to Winship, I don't know shit what's going on.
I've got his lemon bar on right now,
Bro.
which is fire.
The lemon
as
bar.
fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna need that next.
It's so good.
So like a lemon bar, like so, the lemon bar.
Yeah.
You can taste the crust.
It's so good.
Oh, can't make
It's
that
so
up. Son.
damn good.
You know what? That's on its way.
Shelby, make it too. No, it's no.
Super Shelby.
It's
Super
so
Shelby.
good. It's so good.
No,
Yeah, once we blow that keg, I'll put the curry one on. But yeah, I mean, just same thing. That's just it's how you do it.
Yeah. So what's your? I mean, you're 6 years in.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what. Just tell her whatever she made me.
It was
I don't know what it
mezcal.
is.
I do know that.
It was mezcal with mezcal.
Mezcal
It
with
was
mezcal.
mezcal double.
And something.
So you've been here 6 years.
Yep.
What's next?
What's going forward? What do you
Okay.
think?
Like I said, we are a couple weeks out from a interior remodel.
Like the whole thing?
Are you gonna have to shut down
Not
the
the
eat
entire
in for
thing.
a while?
I don't think so. I think I have it worked out where I'm not going to have to.
Can you get a Beers with Nigel mural?
Ooh.
I like
mean-
how he thinks.
Put that on the wall?
Maybe
Like
I might have
giant?
to be in there somewhere. If
I
it's
mean,
gonna
we
be
just
on
think
the-
you-
That's fair.
You know what? You can replace Nick.
Look, I can get ear holes.
No, so that wall right there that's kind of separating the two rooms
Yeah.
is coming out.
No shit.
Oh, you're knocking that out.
So that's all going to be dining. We're going to open the whole thing up
You get rid of the games?
for the most part. I'm going to keep some all the way in that back corner. But
Do you need a? My barber hit me up. He's like, any of your brewery friends need a skee ball table?
no. I don't.
No, I do think you should have more Transformers, though. Or that's
Oh, it blew. That means we got to put coconut curry
no,
on.
I guess we're sharing.
I can go put the coconut curry on.
I haven't had this one.
Well, yeah. Get in there.
Yeah, get in there and get that. That's
Should
fucking,
I text Tony?
it's
It
fucking
blew.
delicious.
Oh.
We need more lemon bar.
It
It's,
smells
it's
fantastic.
absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm taking that out, and we're getting the floors refinished. And
Oh,
taking down some
sweet
walls.
Jeebus.
That's good, isn't it?
Tony,
It's so
you hit
good.
another one.
So good.
Oh,
I love it.
that is fantastic.
Yes.
Is there going to be a Long Bell 2.0 somewhere?
There
or-
might be. There's talks of some stuff. I'm looking at some second locations. I'm also looking at. I've got about 4 other concepts I want to do as well. So it may not be pizza. It might be a different type of food.
Well, I
Different-
heard you talking
different
about
region.
delis, and I'll just say the community where you have this one could use a good deli somewhere.
Yes. It could also use a good taqueria. It could also use. I mean, there's.
Look, my dream is that somebody puts a butcher shop downtown. So
I've been
if you
talking,
wanna
dude. I've
do
been
that,
saying downtown needs a butcher shop since I moved here.
I've been on that for years.
Like,
Let's make it happen.
it's a lot of work. It's not something I want to do, but I hope somebody does.
Really?
I don't want the whole.
You can't say you've already done it. What are you talking about?
I don't want the whole USDA certification, inspections, all that shit. I don't want to deal with that.
We'll talk to Shane.
Yeah, Stuart that used to run Broadway Butcher is
Yeah.
a good friend of mine, and I talked to him about it a while ago when he actually doesn't run Broadway Butcher anymore because he got sick of it for the most part. But I was like talking to him, and I was like, man,
You can have that. That's fine.
deli,
I share.
butcher counter, good meats. What do I got to do? And he just looked at me and goes, you don't want to do it. I've been in this business long enough. Somebody looks at me and says, you don't want to do it. I know I don't want to do it.
But you did say, though, you're having, you love it. You love what you're doing.
I do.
Because that's huge.
Yeah, I do love what I do. That's why I'm here every day. Because
I mean, there's been some
it
ups
has
and
its,
downs.
it has
or
its
whatever.
days. It has its days where I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna sell
I
it.
mean,
I'm
what
gonna
life
sell it. I'm
doesn't have
fucking out of
fucking
here.
days, you know what I'm saying?
But
Every
We all
life
have
has
those
days.
days.
it is what it is. I'm always back the next day, and then the next day I find myself doing something I really love again. So
There you go.
it's fine.
What's the thing you go to, though, that lets you remember you love it? What's that thing when it's been a shitty day or two
Oh man,
and you want to go back to your roots? What's the thing you do?
I probably try to sleep. That's the first step. Which I don't do much of.
What is that?
I don't know. I still don't know. Man, I usually just find myself back in the kitchen.
Is it the kitchen? Is that your?
That's my roots. That's my background. Obviously, like when I'm short-staffed and I have to be back there, I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
I fucking move past this. This is fucking bullshit. And I'm pissed about it. But then like, I go back there and start creating specials or like
You love it.
just really digging in and doing something I've never done before or whatever. It's like, yeah, it sucks me back.
You're
in.
like the mad scientist.
A little bit, yeah.
You're back there kind
my
of like
lab.
fucking, yeah, exactly.
And your kitchen staff like, damn it, he's back.
I have a very small kitchen, so I try to do it like before they get here. But sometimes they get in and I have like shit on every counter and they just like look at me like, we have to work too. I'm like,
But
just come back in an hour.
It's got to be cool though, because obviously, you're a food guy, you're a beer guy, you're a cocktail guy.
Right.
I mean, even some of the cocktails, Nick, for some strange reason, there was a time that Jason said, "Hey, you want to come guest bartend?"
Oh, we're gonna get to this story.
How did that go over?
This is
Lindsay
great.
went off and did a
So,
private
yeah,
event.
we had to do a catering and needed a bartender, and I was like, dude, Nigel, let's hit up Nigel. Nigel will bring people in. It'll be fucking great. So Nigel comes in. What did we tell you? You probably won't even have to make any cocktails. It probably won't even be busy. So we go do this private event. We come back, and dude, he's just fucking
Slammed.
And all they wanted was cocktails.
Cocktails.
You know what Nigel's good at? Pouring beer.
Right. Yeah. So.
But you know what though?
You know what Nigel's not
good at?
Not good at is making 7 different cocktails.
So here's the thing. So like not a month ago, Nigel and I get together for probably before one of these shows or something. He's like, "Hey, guess what? I'm a real bartender now." Because he went and pulled a guest shift
You go do something?
At Pink Elephant.
at Pink Elephant.
Elephant.
And
Over
they
there
taught
with
him,
Jesse, all right.
They taught him how to make cocktails. He's like,
No,
I can do that now.
See, we didn't teach him.
No, they didn't teach me at all.
This motherfucker showed up. We're like, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. Really need the help. We'll be back.
Now, shout out to your girl in the black T-shirt.
Lindsay over there?
No,
Mercedes? Oh, Mercedes.
Mercedes, because
She
the cocktails
bail
on
you
the
out?
wall, and she bailed me out because she can make that. I'll make that. If you want a rum and coke, I got you. Blah blah blah. 1, 2, 3,
Right,
4.
yeah, we can do that.
You know what I'm saying? The mother shits. I was like, first of all, I can't even see them.
And they're not, it's our recipes.
It's
not like a standard cocktail.
Everybody
There's
was
a
at the
pro-
bar.
I
and then
wish
had
I
some
had
people
video
that I
of
knew
that.
that showed up. You really gonna order pizza at the bar? Get your ass in the dining room.
Fuck off.
No, it was crazy. It was a fun night, but that was my first foray into cocktail making.
Can I,
And I didn't know I was taking food orders, homie.
yeah?
You know,
Yeah.
like most places they pop out the ticket. It's a couple of beers. No, this shit was.
Can I tell you what we discovered
I
like
got
the
this
next
pizza
day? I don't know if I
and-
ever brought this up.
No.
So we discovered the next day we open, we start doing our thing. What the fuck is going on here? I'm not sure, but at one point I'm pretty sure you loaded the dishwasher and then you just emptied it.
He didn't run it.
Possibly.
I think that's the first time I've told you that. I was like,
I find it hard to believe.
You know why?
I wouldn't be
can
surprised.
You were like, it's gonna be so chill.
It's gonna be chill, man.
It was so
it was like a
busy.
Thursday. It wasn't even like I was
Yeah,
normally
it was
not
a
a busy
Thursday.
day.
Bro, the happy hour regular crowd was rough, man. They was.
They all drink vodka soda.
I'm like, where's the Busch Light?
They all just drink vodka soda.
What is the busy night for Long Bell?
It kind of varies. Friday, always. Thursday's usually pretty popping too. The last 2 weeks, Saturday's been busier than Friday. It really, I mean, dude, we're so weather dependent over here that it's hard to say.
Do you feel like you're, as far as crowd, are you out of the pandemic time? I mean, like, are we back to where
For the most part, yes.
the traffic that you expect?
Yeah, I tell people all the time, we never really slowed down that much. During lockdown, like I said, our sales numbers were almost the same. The only time it was slow was for a month or two when that first opening happened, when people were still scared to go out, and then the people that did want to go out wanted to be dicks. Beyond that,
Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Don't be a Chuck. Beyond that, we never really slowed down. I mean, we stayed solid. Our numbers stayed up. We did absolutely fine through all of it. And at this point, it really does feel like everybody's over it. It is what it is. Yeah, nobody fucking cares anymore.
Yeah.
Even if it were to come around with another wave, like, oh, China's shutting down right now. Who fucking cares? It's not gonna happen.
I think our society's hit a point where it's like we can't do it anymore.
No, we don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We're not wearing. I mean, it's like even down to like the mask thing. Like, let alone shutdowns. Nobody's even gonna wear a mask again. Like,
Yeah, motherfuckers was not happy about that shit.
Yeah, I don't know that would work to bring it back.
Hell no. Hell, I wouldn't enforce it. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't enforce it. I'm like,
I mean, even
the hell
even
I had to
those
deal with
that
last
were,
time.
that were staunchly,
I'm not doing it
that
again.
followed the rules. And
Right.
I think everybody's to a point where it's like, yeah.
You know, just keep it real. It was bullshit for city government to think that the business should enforce that. Bitch, you're the government.
Yeah, you should enforce it.
Hire some more motherfuckers.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You want it enforced? Show the fuck up.
Yeah. Anything else?
Fuck off.
Are we enforcing anything else in the bar? No.
No, I mean, it's like,
You looked around. Are there any kids?
I was trying to, I don't care. The music turned off. Usually it's like Easy E. I don't really care about the kids being here.
Come to Long Bell.
Little Easy E beer.
Meet Easy E.
Meet Easy E. That's a beer.
Meet Easy E. Okay.
I don't know why you covered up for that.
I was trying to force it down to the mic.
He's trying to guide
I
it.
got a mic right here, Nick.
Trying to throw his voice.
Right. So before we wrap this up, where do people find you on the social medias?
Everywhere. Facebook.
Just Google Jason
Facebook,
Eggers, Long Bell.
Instagram, Twitter. Don't Google me. You don't want to do that.
No.
Facebook,
No
Instagram,
CaseNet?
Twitter.
CaseNet?
I don't think I have anything on CaseNet. It all fell off.
Good. It's been 7 years. It's like credit.
No, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all three. Follow one. I'll hit you with the other one. That's what I do. Website is www.eatbeerdrinkpizza.com.
What's the address here?
3385 Southwest Fascination Drive. It's fascinating.
Fascination. Lee Summit, Missouri.
Are you gonna sing?
No, I'm sorry.
You can if you want.
I
feel like you have a good singing
It was
voice.
a SpongeBob reference.
I thought we were gonna get a
I
little
was like,
song and
fascination.
dance.
I feel like you got a good singing voice, and you could probably get down.
I got a
the
good
Nigel,
karaoke voice.
Nigel, the musical.
God, no.
It's a shit
Let's
show.
not do that. Really, if you want to see me in my full glory, Shelby has videos.
All right. Good to know.
Shelby, we're gonna have to talk after the show.
We're gonna have to order a pizza. Is what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Nick, where can they find us?
You know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast
Perfect.
apps. You can even say, "Hey, Alexa, play that our Beers with Nigel.
What about
podcast.
Odyssey?
Odyssey?
Are we not on Odyssey?
You're not on Odyssey?
I think we are.
That's the only thing I listen to is Odyssey. So
Look, if you work for like a city hall somewhere, you can probably find us on Stitcher too.
He said Stitcher.
wow.
And we're at Beers with Nigel on the Twitters,
Yeah, on the Twitter.
The Facebook?
On the Twitter, the Facebook.
the Instagram crackers.
I think you said that already, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, he did. He said all the things. Good night, folks.
Peace!
Peace.
You've been listening to Beers with Nigel, a show about beer and other stuff, hosted by Nigel Woodbury and that other guy, Nick Parker. Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, providing bumper-to-bumper graphic design, promo products, and print services. Find them at direoil.com. Beers with Nigel is a proud member of the Fredcast Network and is available on all of your favorite podcast flavors. Find Beers with Nigel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ask Alexa to play the Beers with Nigel podcast.